So first we'll discuss the planning experiment exercise, the question related to planning experiment. The last we did, I think it was question 14. So today we'll do question 15. In question 15, some trees have the purple leaves. And the purple color is actually a mixture of a colored pigment. And we have to plan an experiment to extract and separate the color pigments present in the purple leaves. You are provided with some purple leaves, sand, ethanol, and common lab apparatus. Like, what is the purpose of the ethanol here? The purpose of ethanol is used as a solvent to dissolve these pigments. And what is the purpose of the sand? Like when we use mortar and pestle, and we will add sand as well, because what will happen? It will increase the surface area, so it can easily crush, and later we can filter it off. So purpose of adding a sand here is it is added when we are crushing. So first what we will do, we will crush the leaves. By using mortar and pestle. So using mortar and pestle, we crush the leaves. By using a mortar and pestle. Then after, we will add ethanol, or we can transfer the mixture into a beaker, then add ethanol, and then heat and stir, so that we can increase the rate of dissolving or increases the solubility. So that's why we heat and stir. By using a glass rod, we can mention that. Then we will filter to remove insoluble impurities. So insoluble impurities are removed by filtration. Then we will use chromatography So we'll use a chromatography. Sand is also, it's insoluble, does not dissolve. Sand does not dissolve in ethanol as well. So when we'll filter, the main purpose of adding a salt while crushing is to increase the surface area or crush into very small pieces. So we'll use a chromatography. We will place the extract on the chromatogram by the help of use chromatography and draw the baseline with pencil. Then we'll place the extract on the chromatogram by the help of a, so place extract on the chromatogram or on the origin by using a teat pipette or a dropper. Then use, here also again we'll use ethanol as solvent. You cannot say water because they're not, as the solvent available is ethanol. So use ethanol as solvent. And we'll wait for solvent to rise. And how we'll know how many components are there, and then we'll compare, or we'll compare the number of spots, and we can measure their RF value to identify them as well. But only we want to extract and separate. We don't want to identify, so RF value does not have any marks here. Is it clear, this experiment? Yeah, it will be visible because these are the colored pigments, so it's an obvious, as I mentioned, that we have the colored pigment, so we don't need a locating agent. If it was amino acids or amino acids, in that case, we'll use the locating agent. So we don't have to mention the locating. The distribution of the marks, as you can see here, cut leaves into small pieces, then we grind or crush with sand and ethanol. Then by using a mortar and pestle, then we decant or filter the liquid. Why filtration is important? Because the sand is added. That's why we have to filter it off. Then chromatography, then apply, and the description of the separate color, like how you identify the colors. So this was experiment. For chemistry experiment, you can write as a paragraph, you can write bullet points. Both are correct.